So we do know that we'll be electing a new governor this fall. John Hickenlooper is term limited. There are plenty of Coloradans who want the job. First, we had to narrow down the candidates through the primaries next month. And on the Democratic side, Mike Johnston, Kerry Kennedy, Donna Lynn, and Jared Polis, they have all earned spots on the primary ballot. And on the Republican ballot, you'll find Greg Lopez, Victor Mitchell, Doug Robinson, and Walker Stapleton. And we are pleased to have Greg Lopez joining us today, and thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
So you were formerly mayor of Parker, got out of politics. Why do you want to get back in now?
Well, you know, I mean, I've always wanted to make sure that I give back to the community. You know, as you know, I'm the former president of the Denver Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and just recently left becoming the director of the United States Small Business Administration. And so I have a lot of experience in understanding what's going on out there. And I think it's truly important for a governor to be sure he represents all 64 counties in the state of Colorado. And I think I bring a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge. And I just want to make sure that all people, all families across the state have the opportunity to achieve the American dream.
You told me that you just came from visiting some of the rural areas. What's the message out there that we, maybe those of us who live here in the metro, are not hearing of their needs?
It's, you know, it's twofold. One, they really feel that they're not being listened to. You know, that they don't even have an opportunity to have a voice in what's happening in the metropolitan area. The other thing is water. They're really concerned about water and the use of water and the water rights, because a lot of the agricultural farms are struggling, and specifically now that we didn't get a lot of snowfall. And so they're wondering, are they going to have enough water to make their crops? Are they going to have enough water for their cattle and so forth? And that's their lifestyle. Without water, they're not going to be able to.
So what do you tell them about that?
Well, I tell them that it is a challenge and that we need to all sit down. You know, I'll tell you that Governor Hickenlooper did a good thing by putting together a comprehensive water plan. But that's just the first step. You know, coming together is always a beginning, but staying together, that's how you make progress. And I think that's the phase that we're in, is trying to stay together now that we have a plan. How are we going to make sure that we find the solutions for this gap that we have in the water needs as it pertains to the growth of the state? And that's going to require a lot of conversation, a lot of interaction, and a lot of understanding as to what are our priorities. Is it municipal growth and industrial needs, or is it the agricultural farmlands that we need to focus on first? And I think it's going to be a real hard discussion for us to move forward with the future of water.
So we showed the slate of candidates who want to be our next governor. What about you stands out from the rest of that group?
Well, I'm the only veteran. I'm a disabled vet. You know, and I understand the importance of our military bases here and the economy of the military. Like I said, I'm a small business owner, so I truly understand the struggles that small businesses go through. You know, I'm not an individual that can write $1 million checks to his campaign, so I truly understand the day-to-day struggles that small business owners have. And I've traveled the state. You know, for over 6 years, I was the voice and face of small business here in the state of Colorado. And so I understand that when you go down a Main Street and you see empty storefronts, that community is hurting. That community does not have the economic vitality that it needs to make sure that that community continues to grow and prosper. And I think there's ways that the governor can actually help those communities by making sure that he uses all the resources at his disposal to make sure that all Coloradans have an opportunity to achieve the American dream. You know, I'm a Latino, okay? I understand the Hispanic community, I understand the minority community. You know, I used to represent the Black, the Asian, the Native American, and the Hispanic community when I worked for the Rocky Mountain Minority Supplier Development Council. And we all have the same concerns. We all have the same goals and objectives for our family. You know, we just have different ways of trying to get there. And I think I can bring a voice that everybody can hear.
So you're running as a Republican. You used to be a Democrat.
That's correct.
What does that say about your politics?
Well, what it says is that I was a Democrat because I truly didn't understand the difference between the platforms. See, I was a Democrat because my mom and dad told me we were Democrats. I never studied the platforms of the parties. Now, I changed parties in the middle of my administration. I was a sitting mayor at the time that I changed. And I changed because every time I would go into the schools, people would ask me, the students would ask me, what party are you and why? And I would tell them I'm a Democrat because my mom and dad are. After a while, that didn't sit well with me. I believed that the students need a better answer. And so I studied the national platforms. And I came to realize that, you know what, the Republican Party is about helping everyone have equality and achieve the American dream, whatever opportunity that they're wanting to fulfill for themselves. And I think that really is what I believe in, is a self-determination, being able to control your own destiny. You know, and my parents taught me to work hard, stay out of trouble, go to school, you know, be honest, help people when you can. You know, and when people ask me, because you can imagine, right, the Democrats was like, I was a Democrat that got elected in a Republican county, in Douglas County. You know, and then when I changed, so I told people, look, Winston Churchill had a quote. He said, some men will change their values and beliefs for the sake of the party. Others will change parties for the sake of their values and beliefs. And that's what I did.
Well, Greg Lopez, thank you so much for being here to talk with us here on Politics Unplugged. We appreciate it. We'll be right back.